Hello and welcome back to Warsword Conquest and Lizardo. And, we didn't necessarily get the ownership over Khorne, but we are indeed getting the ability to become the Marshal. This is really hilarious. I'm going to say something real fast here because whenever I've played Warband, I think I've never, in all of those years that I played, I've played pretty much, well, huge amounts of mods, you know, maybe every single mod that is, you know, kind of in the, I don't know, in the consciousness of the community. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit there, obviously, but let's just say that I've played a huge amount of different mods, and in all that time, I have never, ever gotten nominated as the Marshal. I think maybe one time, probably, maybe one time, but I have never ever gotten the Marshalship that I can recall. But maybe once, I'm not sure. I'm gonna accept this. And the reason why I'm gonna accept this is because I can now call for an army. I can now call for people to actually come along and help us, which is obviously going to be fantastic. Well, is it going to be fantastic? I guess so. I mean, to a certain degree, it's probably going to be pretty good. But basically, all I'm doing right now is waiting at Khorne. I do want to make sure that we have 100% captured this. I don't really want to move on until we know for certain that this is fully secured. And okay, yeah, as you can see, he's actually coming in here. This is the, wow, okay, this is actually a pretty handy guy, I think. He looks to be probably someone that has some amazing spellcasters, and indeed himself as well. He's a very, very good spellcaster. So let's see how we do here. I'm actually, you know what, I am partially thinking that I just want to jump out. You know that? I am partially thinking that I just want to jump out of here. Because I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe it's cool. I mean, this sword's actually not that slow. It's got about the same speed as the other one, but I think it's a little bit faster. But I have leveled up my two-handed somewhat since that time, I suppose. But I really wish that there was a way for us to kind of like charge out there. I think that would be so fun. But unfortunately for me, no, that is not going to happen. Okay, so there's 100 people here. Okay, you know what? I am actually going to do this. I'm going to slide. I'm going to slide out there. Oh, wow. I literally... my ward save saved me from the damage. That is so funny. That is amazing. Okay, let me see if I can actually do something. Oh, wait a minute. Hello. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. They actually have a buff. Okay, yes. They have a buff right now that causes me to take additional damage from every single little bit of damage they do. They seem to do double damage. Am I correct? I think so. I think they are doing double damage to me. If I die here, that's going to be extremely, extremely embarrassing. So let's try and not have that happen, shall we? Is my camera way too... Yes, my camera was way too close. I need to actually move that back a little bit. There we go. Now it's a little bit easier to use. Oh, there's a Croxagore outside as well. That's hilarious. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, the Nerakara Lich Priest... This guy right here. He needs to die. There we go. I think I killed him. Did I kill him right now? I'm actually not entirely sure. Yeah, I killed someone. I killed, I think, the enemy lord. But I needed to kill the Lich Priest, because the Lich Priest has the ability to cast that incredible spell that we really do not want to have happen again, because basically that spell, in my opinion, was basically the reason why these guys were actually able to pretty much do anything to me, because that double damage buff, that's crazy. That basically means that if I get hit for 30 damage, or 20, or whatever, I'm then going to get hit for double that, and as you might expect, that is an insane amount of damage. That is so incredibly devastating to our health. Because I do have, I have a pretty significant amount of HP. You know, I've got 30 in strength. We have 10 in iron flesh. I am probably one of the sturdiest characters I've made. However, if you get hit for 30 damage times 2, just because of that spell, you're going to be in trouble. You know, you're going to be in trouble. Unless there's like a heal that comes up or something like that. But there you go. We actually did manage to achieve victory here, which is very nice. And, oh yes. Because I'm the Marshal, we now gain additional army size, which is very, very cool. Alright, yes. I am super pleased about this. Okay, I don't really want to take any additional skinks. I know that sounds a little bit prejudiced against them, but for me personally, skinks are really only good in certain very niche situations. And it very much depends on what kind of unit they are. I don't really want to take random skinks because I feel like they're probably not going to perform as well as they potentially could if I had someone else in that particular slot. So I'm just going to leave them for now. There is actually nothing in here, so I don't know why I went inside. But anyway, I'm going to wait here for some time until this town is no longer under siege. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He has actually decided that I'm not going to get it. He's deciding to not give it to me once more. And I'm actually very surprised about this because I don't have a fief. Just bear that in mind. I do not have a fief right now. He gave me a fief initially when we joined the faction, which was a border village. As you might expect, it was, you know, ransacked pretty heavily, and then its castle, its connected castle, was taken. I mean, you've seen the series, so you know exactly what happened, but the fact is, we don't have a fief, and I feel like that is pretty unfair, but I am going to be accepting his decision nevertheless, mostly because I've done all this work for the Lizardmen, and I feel like it would be a huge waste of all of my contributions if we were to just, you know, leave and create our own faction now. Well, this is quite a pickle that we've gotten ourselves into right here. There are some Ushabti going up the ladder right now. I couldn't actually stop them, unfortunately. I would have liked to get that experience, but I guess it doesn't really matter a great deal anymore. I mean, I guess, kind of, because we've basically gotten our full build pretty much. You know, I've gotten athletics maxed out, weapon master, iron flesh, you know, all that wonderful stuff that we normally like to go for, and getting a little bit of experience and getting additional levels is basically just going to give me, you know, things like constitution and so on and so forth. And that, you know, as I say, it's not necessarily required to make a strong character or anything like that, but I personally like it a great deal. Wait a minute, what is happening? Hello there, sir. Yes, there was just a solo skeleton archer still just randomly there, but you know, it's absolutely fine. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we are going to make our way out of here, because there was only 200 people here, nothing really super hard to deal with. Going to take him prisoner. These are camel riders. I'm not going to take these because I just generally do not want them. And we'll take some loot, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of having some issues right now. I'm having some issues in regards to my food situation. And so what I'm going to need to do is I will need to go back to home base, as it were. And we are going to, yeah, I have to do something with that. I'm a little bit worried that Casa Bar is actually going to get taken. But I can't really wait around anymore. The main reason why I wanted to stay here initially is because I thought, oh yes, this is going to be maybe mine at some point. Yes, what a fool I was. What a fool. Yes. Anyway, we are just going to sell this stuff. As you can see, it basically sells for nothing at all. I have way too many healing potions as well, by the way. Have you noticed? Yes, way too many. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is we're going to call for a campaign, and we're going to go for it. We are literally just going to go for it. Super hard right here. Oh, I bought exquisite honey. Way too expensive, thank you very much. I actually thought I was rolling in cash, but I'm not. Yes, that's also wonderful, isn't it? Okay, I don't have any prisoners either, do I? No, I don't think so, right? Who's this? That's potions. No. Usually I would be thanking my lucky stars that I found a potion seller, but in this case, I don't really see the point. Okay, so we are just going to be calling. We're just going to be calling people. There we go. Send a message. We will gather everyone. And I have some attribute points to spend. So I guess I will indeed just go for another point in intelligence. I mean, that's the funny thing. What else can I go for? I could go for trainer, could go for riding skill. That's not really necessary. Shield isn't particularly necessary either. There doesn't seem to be really anything that I desperately require. I could also, I mean, I could go for prisoner management if I want to. This doesn't really seem to make much difference. I could go for willpower, which increases my resistance to nothing, because apparently that only gives dwarves magic resistance. Never mind. I actually did not realize that. So I'm just going to go for some more constitution. That sounds like a good idea. And I should probably go to these places around here and just recruit some more people. Ah, what is this? Saurus are fierce melee warriors whose scales harden as they grow older. They also have some of the toughest training regimes in the entire world, which, alongside their natural racial defenses, makes them the epitome of resilience. And our companion here has completed another stage of his Exalted Guardian training and gains Advanced Ignore Pain. Can I get Advanced Ignore Pain? Can I actually get that? Do I have the ability to get that? Let me actually just have a look. Let's go into the arena right here, because I am indeed a Saurus, so it kind of makes sense, right? No. Apparently I do not have Advanced Ignore Pain available. That is actually kind of disappointing. I was, you know, partially hoping that maybe we would get a little bit lucky there, but oh well, never mind. Okay, let's just go over here, recruit some more people, and then we're going to be making our way over to Xandri or Khemri. I'm not entirely sure where to go, but we have some people coming over here. I'm immune to the plague. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah. So we are just going to go straight on over to one of their towns. I'm basically just going to try to take both of their towns instantaneously, because these are going to be the ones that will be the most dangerous for us. And the main problem that I'm going to have right now is actually getting my vassals to come over here. And I'm not even talking about my vassals, because technically they're not even mine. They are just, you know, random people that should technically be coming over and helping me. 60. Are you serious right now, sir? He's literally coming over here with 16 troops. If I'd known I was going to literally only have 16 troops to help me, then I probably... Ah, there we go. Thank you very much. That's a lot... Yes, there we are. There we are. That is what I'm talking about. Thank you. All right. That is much, much better. Oh yes, this is great actually. This is so much better. Woo, this is cool. All right, this is actually really, really fun. Let's hope. Okay, yeah, let's hope the game doesn't crash. I don't think it does. Generally, Warsword Conquest is extremely stable, so I don't think we should really have to worry about that too much. Multiple stats have been augmented. Ooh, I like that too. Okay, what do I have to do here? Do we have to destroy the gate? Or what is actually going on here? Oh no. A lot of my people are being killed by Screaming Skull Deadeyes. This is an absolute monstrous siege. What is going on here? Ah, the first gate is down to 82%. I didn't think that I could destroy this. Can I actually destroy this? It doesn't seem like I can. Well, I guess the AI is going to just be doing it. I mean, as you can see, I am attacking it, but it doesn't seem like it gives me any kind of registration that I am indeed doing it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in the right place. Yeah, so the indication of the fact that this is the first gate basically says to me, there's probably going to be more gates, isn't there? That's going to be a little bit problematic. Okay, there we go. First gate's down. That's wonderful. Okay, let's take out those Screaming Skull Throwers. I'm going to actually... Wait a minute. I'm going to help my guys with the infantry first. Should I help them with the infantry first? I think so. This Ushabti needs to die pretty quickly. I wish I had cleaves. I wish this would cleave through multiple enemies. Ah. Okay, there we go, there we go. This is bloody. This is such a bloody siege right now. This is not exactly great. I was kind of hoping that we would be able to reduce casualties by taking so many people into the siege, because let's face it, if you have more people, that means in general that the enemy is going to have less people, but yeah, that's not really how it works. So yeah, we kind of have to be a bit more careful about things in the future, I suppose. But this is indeed necessary. This is one of those necessary sieges that must be done. We cannot overlook this. We cannot ignore it. We have to do it. So that's basically what I'm trying to do right here. I'm trying to take out the most valuable units as well. Try and kill this guy. Thank you. I'm going to kill this one too if I can. I'm basically just trying to kill them with my instant kill, you know, instant kill weapon. You know, it's only a 16% chance, but it's good enough. That's a pretty sizable number, and it's good enough to be able to make that work. At least I think so. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now we can actually... Yes. Oh, did you see that? Wow, that was actually super, super lucky. I just hit that guy once, and he died instantly because of the insta-kill. That was wonderful. And I think we're actually good. Yeah, I think we are actually good, even though we did end up losing quite a few people. Not from my own army, though. Not from my own army, which is something that we must make sure that we take note of, because let's face it, the AI doesn't really need to super badly worry about their own people. They can very easily magic up a couple more people whenever they want to, and their troops are gonna just, you know, regenerate themselves. Whereas me, no, I actually have to try kind of a little bit here and there, you know, unless I had a bunch of trainer skill. Trainer skill is obviously extremely, extremely powerful in Warband, and one of the main reasons why I actually feel like it's quite sad that Bannerlord has a number of perks that give your troops small amounts of experience every single day. But you look at how much, you know what I mean? You look at how much just from a value perspective, and they give you so little that it doesn't really do much, you know what I mean? It's obviously going to be enough to level up, you know, some lower level troops, you know, to a certain degree. But for the most part, it is relatively negligible numbers, even if you were to get a significant amount of perks that do that kind of thing. Which is pretty sad in my opinion. I actually really like the way that the trainer skill works, because it scales, you know, it scales really, really nicely, and it does actually have a pretty sizable impact on even higher tier troops. Obviously, it's still going to take a long time to level up, you know, something from tier 5 to tier 6 or whatever, you know, whatever tier you're going to in general, but it is eventually going to get there, you know, especially if you, you know, if you take into account the fact that the trainer skill itself actually stacks in comparison to the perks from Bannerlord, which I don't think they do. I don't think the experience gaining things actually stack, but if they do, then that's obviously fantastic. I haven't tested that, so I don't know for certain, but it would be amazing if they did. It really would. Anyway, that is indeed our first fief that we have conquered, and now on to the next one. Alright, so we got a bunch of people ready for this next siege. I have no idea how many people are actually in here, because I frankly don't care. We're gonna go for it nevertheless. Even if there's over 1,000 people here, I'm gonna go in there, because we need to take this. We need to take this. There is no way to avoid it. It has to be taken. So I'm gonna bite the bullet and try to get in here, and hopefully, oh yeah, oh nice, we've got augmented speed and dodge. That's gonna help us a great deal, massive amount in actual fact, because now I can get in here really, really quickly. There we go. Now we can actually start dealing some damage to those screaming skull throwers, if I can actually find where they are. I don't even know what they look like, because they look, I'm going to assume they look relatively similar to archers, but it's still very funny. It's a little bit weird, actually. They don't seem to have a huge amount of larger units. So it kind of begs the question, do they have a war academy available here? It looks as though they don't. And that's actually pretty staggering. Wait a minute. Am I going to die? Yeah, I'm getting bombarded. I'm getting bombarded by the screaming skull throwers. As you can see, they actually deal some pretty sizable damage. Wow, that was very impressive. Literally taking me down to like what, 50% HP in one hit. That's pretty scary, actually. That is pretty scary. Okay, let's try to just get these guys out of the way. Basically, I found that over the course of the time playing, basically for what, over 12 years, right? Oh yeah, I think I've been playing for over 12 years now. Mount and Blade, and you know, so on and so forth. I think that in general, my strategy to take fiefs has changed so many times over the years that when I think about what the most efficient strategy is, usually I go, oh yeah, the most efficient strategy is to eliminate the archers, right? Well, no, I don't think so, actually, because you'd think, oh yeah, you know, eliminating archers is probably going to be good because they're going to be doing the most damage. And yeah, actually, maybe that is indeed the case, but it very much depends on the situation. It's another one of those circumstantial things where you kind of have to be a little bit, you know, using your own judgment, personal preference, whatever you want to say about it. But I think, personally, for me, the best course of action is to eliminate targets that are close to your own people. Because what that does, wow, amazing celestial magic actually happening right there. Did you see that? Lightning coming down from the sky, murdering every single thing there. Yeah, oh, I love that. That is so incredibly fun to see. But yeah, as I was saying, basically, it's just all about supporting your units in battle close by to them and having them live. That is actually the main thing. If you can let your people live and actually survive and get them to survive, you're going to eventually get to the archers. And yeah, of course, you know, unless you're fighting against something that is extremely powerful, and I'm talking about, you know, in Bannerlord, for example, if you're fighting against a bunch of Battanian Fian champions, if you know for a fact that they have, you know, 20, 30, 40 Battanian Fian champions and you need to eliminate them immediately, then by all means, go for that. But in a general situation, I always think it is better to just help your people. Just help your forces fight by the side of them. As you can see, Lizardo brings the pain. Has killed 114 troops right there. Very, very nice indeed. Okay. Let's continue to take some people here. Spawning champion. I guess I will take some skink stalkers. I might as well, right? Might as well to a certain degree. Let's take a couple of these guys just to sell them, I suppose. And we're just going to ask for no rewards. It feels to me like we're probably not going to get lucky and actually get a fief. For some reason, he's been very, very selfish. I don't actually know why that is. It's a bit strange, to be honest, considering we do have so many thanks to us, you know, because we've actually been taking everything for them. So it's a bit weird, but there you go. All right, so funnily enough, the Tomb Kings now only have 3 fiefs remaining, and the most hilarious thing about that is that the goblins have actually started to attack them at the same time, which is very amusing. Okay, so they're probably going to go and take Xandri back, I assume. So I'm going to go down here to Black Tower, and we're going to take that immediately. I have no idea. Oh no, it's a siege tower. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna take that right now. That is absolutely terrible. That is probably one of the worst things that we could potentially do right now. And instead, we're just gonna do the siege ladder. Unfortunately, my medic seems to get eliminated a lot of the time, even though I have him placed very low in my army's order, so it's a bit strange why that happens, but well, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Let's go on in here. This is going to be a pretty easy siege in comparison to the town, or should I say towns. I think the first one was extremely dangerous for us because it had such an amazing bottleneck situation at the very beginning where they were able to bombard us very easily. And did you see exactly what happened right there? I just killed that Ushabti instantaneously just with one hit because of the insta-kill. And that's the reason why I say that I personally think that these weapons, the insta-kill weapons, are fundamentally some of the most powerful that you can get, just because they allow you to do things like that. You know, just eliminating an extremely powerful enemy unit in one blow and gaining all of the experience for yourself in the process. That is invaluable, in my opinion. I think that that is extremely invaluable. And to top it off, and this is what's really amazing about my weapon right now that I'm using, is that it only cost me 33,000. It didn't cost me that much at all. And you can earn 33,000 in Warsword Conquest. Not super, you know, it's not a super difficult number to get to. And I think that actually adds to the general, should we say, accessibility of it. It adds to the general usability, because basically anyone can get this weapon. And that's the reason why I think that it's also fantastic on, you know, in like a field battle and things like that. Because, I mean, you can see here, yeah, obviously my character right now has 10 power strike, right? 10 power strike is insanely good. Obviously, this is an end game character, very much. And me hitting for 56 damage with, you know, 38 damage there, with 10 power strike, that's really not very good. Me hitting for 36 and so on and so forth, that's not really good. But the point of this sword is not to actually even really kill things in one hit. Yeah, sure, of course, with the instant kill percentage, yes, that's obviously the entire point of it. And also the fact that it can kill mounts instantly. That is one of the strongest things about it too, especially in field battles. But the fact is, if you can get any little bit of damage, and this is something I found out in my Chaos Demon Lord playthrough as well, when I was initially using instant kill weapons and things like that, I noticed that if you do even one damage, even just one damage, as long as it's just one damage or something like that, one or above, as far as I'm aware, does it, you can instantly kill any unit, because the percentage chance is not dependent on your damage done. You see, so it doesn't matter. So if you do one damage or you do 1,000 damage, it makes no difference. You are going to kill anything that you hit. And so that's the reason why, funnily enough, you don't necessarily need to spec into Power Strike with a weapon that has an instant kill attribute. Because you can literally just go, hey, you know what? I'm just going to rely on my instant kill percentage to kill enemies. And yeah, you can do that if you want to. So that's the reason why this kind of weapon is actually really good for a commander-based unit, or something, you know, some kind of character that is more of a intelligence charisma-based character, and not so much of a fighter. So if you don't want a huge amount of, you know, Iron Flesh or anything like that, then you don't have to do that. You know, you can just go for the, you know, standard-ish build of, you know, 15 strength, 12 agility, and then you can go for the rest in intelligence and charisma, however you like. And that's very viable, especially with an instant kill weapon. And that's the reason why I absolutely love Warsword Conquest, because it has those functionalities, it has those mechanics, you know, it has the features that actually allow you to have the freedom to choose so dramatically differently from pretty much every other character build that you would otherwise want to go for. Because think about it, if you have someone that has, you know, let's just say that I'm going for a character that only has 12 strength, or however much strength I need to be able to wield this weapon, right? And then the rest of my points are going to be placed in intelligence and charisma, just so I can get really high medic skills, really high leadership, persuasion, you know, whatever else you want. You know, you don't have to go for all that other stuff, but in general, I'm just giving you an example here. And if you just hit for any damage, it doesn't matter. It will kill. Eventually, you know. Obviously, you do have to get a little bit lucky. Sometimes you are going to take more damage, and that's the reason why in those kinds of situations, I probably recommend, if you're going to go for something like that, obviously, let's just say that you are going to go for it, I'd recommend doing something that allows you to save up enough money to be able to afford advanced ward save. If you can get advanced ward save, then you're going to have a much easier time, because then you won't have to rely so much, or so, should we say, so heavily on your HP value. And instead, you're just going to have a nice time just relaxing, fighting, and, you know, doing whatever else you need or can or want to do. I'm actually going to be taking Black Tower by myself off screen, because I don't really want to wait a significant amount of time with the siege tower and everything, because no doubt it's going to take an insanely large time for us to get to the walls. Alright, so we have a little bit of revenge on our plates for now, and that means that we're going to be fighting against Archon the Black. And as we know, or as you may remember, he was the guy that actually attacked me, well, pretty fair time ago, and we couldn't fight him off because I didn't have any troops to be able to do that. I mean, I had troops, obviously, but I didn't have the strong troops that would enable me to actually take him out. So that's the reason why we're now attacking him, and of course we're obviously trying to defend one of our fiefs that we've just taken. I'm at Zandri at the moment, and I want to make sure that that does not get taken back, especially by an army that is filled with literally 41 troops. This guy only has 41 troops, but he would very easily be able to take Zandri because, and get this, the Lizardmen are so slow. I'm not sure why they're so slow, but they are so slow placing people into garrisons that they have only placed 3 people in there. And I'm pretty sure that they are the 3 people that were in there just from the rescued prisoners before when I took it. Alright, so this should be our final siege, and hopefully the Tomb Kings will not see fit to retake anything, but I'm pretty sure they will, because that's just what they do, you know. That's just Warband AI in a nutshell right there. For some reason, as I said before, the Lizardmen are being very slow with garrisoning their stuff, and that's obviously something that Bannerlord improved quite a great deal, because they do make it so that, you know, various fiefs are garrisoned relatively quickly, and that's obviously great, you know, for someone like me who's obviously taking a bunch of things for a particular faction. That really makes a huge difference. However, one thing that we might be very pleased about in comparison to that news is that Lashiek has been given to me somehow. I'm not entirely sure how that even worked. I assume that Lashiek was taken back, and then the Lizardmen took it back just now, or something like that. I have no idea, because I'm the Marshal, and I have all these people following me, so I'm not entirely sure how that even transpired. But that's what it seems like. It seems like they, I don't know. But I just got a message just before I went into this siege that he had awarded Lashiek to me, and I'm now the proud owner of it. So that's actually pretty cool, if I do say so myself. I like that quite a bit. And, oh, wow. Okay, wait. Why are there so many people here? Okay, I think actually, you know what? Usually when I'm running around doing this, I don't really take notice of how many people are in there, because obviously we have so many lizards with us. I'm not really going to, you know, see that or care, you know, how many are in there, because again, we just have to do it, right? We just have to do it, so there is no, you know, humming and hawing about it. I just kind of have to go in there and deal with however many troops are defending. But I think there was actually a really, really big vassal that came in here. Maybe, in fact, so large that it might be the leader of the faction. Because I think I saw him go in here, and I think he had 390 troops or something like that, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I saw someone with a load of people, so I'm thinking that maybe it was him. But hopefully not. Kind of hoping that it's not him. But again, I'm just going to do the strategy, you know? Just do the strategy, eliminate the Ushabti as much as I possibly can. Obviously, the mummies are really, really good too. If you can kill the mummies as well, then they're going to lose a massive frontliner. They are very effective. The Ushabti do seem really, really easy to kill in comparison to a lot of the other big guys, though. Which is kind of strange, because usually they're really hard to kill, but the Ushabti seem to die within 2 to 3 hits every single time, most of the time, so it's kind of strange, but oh well, never mind. Never mind for them, I guess. And there you go. That is indeed a victory. Okay, so apparently I was incorrect, because clearly there wasn't anyone here with 390 people, because otherwise we'd be facing so many more. I killed 119, and oh no, the High King was actually here. Yes, he was. The High King was actually inside here. Alright, that's interesting. Alright, so let's take a look at the map now and actually see what's going on. Okay, so Tanis obviously got taken back by the Arabi, and as you can see, the Tomb Kings have now taken this, but this is actually under siege right now, which means that we're probably going to be taking that back. Tanis is not under siege, but we will be going over there because it is just a hop, skip, and a jump right away from us here. Let me see if I can actually capture this guy. Well, not capture him, but you know what I mean. Let's just try and take him out as best as we can. Do I have any cavalry at all? I have 15 cavalry. That is absolutely terrible, isn't it? Yes, that is really, really awful. But it's okay, because what we're going to do is I am going to try and eliminate the enemy's cavalry here. And then we'll move on to Tanis and hopefully take that as well. I'm probably not going to show you the siege at Tanis because we've already done that. But we'll see. If there's a huge amount of people there, then maybe I will. Alright, so I've come back to Lashiek, and we're going to take a look and actually see what we can do here. I obviously do have the War Academy potentially, but I, hilariously enough, do not have enough money for it. Oh, actually I do. Never mind. I actually thought... Did I say... Actually, you know, wait a minute. Did I say in a previous episode that the War Academy cost 120,000 gold? I think I actually did say that, and that was obviously completely wrong, because I must have seen an additional 0 or something like that when I initially looked at this. But as you can see, it is literally just 12,000 gold, and we're going to pay that from the treasury. And it's going to take 43 days. 43 days, not actually even a huge amount, to be honest. And once that is done, and I'm actually going to be getting this this priest here as well. But once that is done, we are going to have a whale of a time. It's actually going to be super, super nice. And indeed, Arabi is attempting to take Lashiek back. But unfortunately for them, they're not really going to be able to do much with this. Because let's face it, we are never, ever going to be losing this. Now that it's mine, I'm never going to let it go. And as you can see, they have taken back 2 other fiefs, the Tomb Kings, but this is really not that big a deal. As we've seen, I can handle Zandri, I can handle Khemri. Both of those are really difficult sieges, or at least I think they're pretty difficult, and we were still able to do it. So I'm going to call that a victory for us right here. And that is a wonderful fulfillment of our objective as well, which was inherently to eliminate the undead pirates, which we have indeed done. They were here. And then we also eliminated Arabi, who decided to declare war on us. And then we also eliminated the Tomb Kings here too. Obviously, I'm just saying that they're eliminated. I mean, obviously, Arabi and the undead pirates and the Tomb Kings are not technically eliminated from the game. Because they're still running around as renegade vassals and so on and so forth, but that's not really that big a deal, is it? Anyway, that's going to be it for this series, I guess? Is it? Is it going to be it for this series? I was actually kind of having fun, so... Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think it's... I think this is a good place to call it, because otherwise I'm going to be heading on to the goblins and, you know, everyone else, and, well, I don't know. I think it's going to be very steamroller-ish at this point. Because I think in general, if none of these guys can actually stop us, I don't think anyone can. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I thank you very much for watching and for joining me on this journey of Lizardo, and I had a whale of a time. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And I'll see you next time.